Hi everyone and welcome to the half-termly Safeguarding Assembly. I'm Miss Banton, the new DSL for Harris Garrard Academy. During this period of remote education, I think it's really important that we look at reminders for keeping ourselves safe whilst we work remotely. And so for this assembly, we're going to focus on remote education and social media. So this is our safeguarding team at Harris Garrard Academy. We are still open and working every single day to keep all members of our school community safe. You can contact us at any time by email or by using the school's SHARP system. You will learn more about the SHARP system in tutor sessions this week. I'll also go over it very briefly at the end of this assembly as well. We are currently in a very strange and unique situation. We are all working remotely in order to reduce the transmission of COVID-19. This means that we are more reliant than ever on the use of the internet and our computers. It is vital that we all act sensibly and responsibly to make sure that every single member of our community is safe from harm. Remote education ensures that you can keep learning outside of the classroom. For students, it's the perfect way to ensure they still get the education they need despite not being able to actually attend school. However, it also requires a level of discipline and careful planning for everybody involved. That includes parents, staff and students. We need to ensure that everyone is able to access remote education in a way that is safe and secure and continues to promote our academy characteristics and values. Everyone has a role to play. Your class teachers and tutors have a crucial role. In schools, we monitor the use of online activity and we do this in real time through our school system, which catches any inappropriate content or any inappropriate use during the course of the day. This includes things that you may type into Google, video content, or things you may download. We make sure that controls are activated and working correctly and are appropriate, and we have enhanced security measures to reduce the risk of viruses and hacking. Your teachers and tutors will have shared expectations about acceptable use of IT, and we take action whenever someone is not following this process. This includes contacting parents and sometimes contacting the police. We are continuing to monitor mental health and wellbeing of our students. Your BFLs are still working and our listening ear provision is still open to you on a daily basis. And now importantly, your role. You are expected to follow the Academy expectations on acceptable use of IT all the time, no excuses, no exceptions. We encourage you to share useful safeguarding tips with peers and siblings so that they can keep themselves safe online too. We encourage you to report anything you are worried about as soon as it happens. This helps us to take action to keep you safe at the very earliest opportunity. We expect you to not download or share offensive, illegal or inappropriate content. We expect you to use the chat function correctly and appropriately. We expect you to be respectful in all communications to staff and students. This means being polite. This means no abuse, no swearing or bullying. We remind you not to use your cameras or to attempt to unmute yourself during lessons. We remind you not to share your passwords or login details with anyone. That includes your friends. We also remind you not to forward lesson invitations to others. If a student requires a link to a lesson, they must contact the class teacher themselves. You are not to forward the Teams link. So I have mentioned the term inappropriate, but what does that actually mean? The definition is not suitable or proper in the circumstances. When we use this word about something online, it means a photo, video, communication form or text that is not okay. It is not authorised or allowed, and it has the potential to cause harm or offence to someone else. When is something not okay? Photos or videos can be scary, violent, or sexual. They can shock people or upset them. They may be sent to someone to make fun of them or to threaten them. In chat or texting, people sometimes say things that hurt or offend other people. These words could be bullying, or they could be rude and insulting about somebody's race, religion, or family. People say things that are hurtful. Not everyone realizes that what they are saying is really going to upset someone else. We must all be mindful of our online communication so that we do not upset or offend somebody else. Inappropriate content can include the following: gaslighting, sharing fake news and propaganda, online gambling, plagiarism, which is copying somebody else's work and breaching copyright laws, sharing things that promote racism, bullying, homophobia, hate crimes, and or ways to mentally or physically harm yourself or others. Sexting or sharing sexualized content, screen grabbing information, trolling, catfishing, sharing harmful and dangerous online challenges. There are many, many more. So here are 10 tips to engage safely in remote education. Firstly, treat remote education the same as your classroom learning. The same rules and expectations apply, particularly in terms of behaviour and conduct. Focus on your learning and don't get distracted by your surrounding. Use classroom language. Try not to use shorthand text speak when you are typing in the chat. Try to write as you would in class. Remember to be respectful and polite and avoid posting negative comments or spamming the chat. We're currently spending most of our days online, so it's really important to take regular screen breaks. This means taking a break in between lessons, during your scheduled break times and lunch times, and after school. Take a break, eat well, exercise, and get some fresh air if you are able to, and it is safe to do so. Always create the right environment around you. Try to set up a small designated work area. You can use your headphones as well if that helps you. Make sure that you have all of the correct equipment around you. So for example, have your pen if you need that for your lesson. Only use the formal school platform for communication. Only communicate with staff using your school email address or your team's ID. It's important that you send messages and any pictures or images required for class through approved school channels. This will keep you safe. Also, ensure that you stick to the teacher's rules and guidelines around remote education. All the time, no excuses, no exceptions. Now, I don't want to tell you that you have to get dressed in school uniform, but it really is important to make sure that you try to stick to your usual morning routine. This does mean getting up, getting dressed, having breakfast if that's what you do in the morning. It's really important that during this time we maintain a routine for our mental health and well-being, and also for our physical health. So, every day, try to get up, get dressed as if you were going to school. Make sure that you don't share your passwords or other sensitive information with anybody else. That doesn't just include strangers, it also includes other people in the school, so your friends. It's really important that we keep our confidential information safe. Try not to use school platforms to discuss personal matters. Don't be tempted to engage in casual discussions or send images, videos, or links via the school apps or platforms that aren't associated with your learning. And finally, look after your mental health and well-being, and also look after your physical health. Sitting at a computer all day can be quite tough. It gets tiring, can hurt our eyes, and it limits our movement. Take time out to keep in touch with others by also speaking on the phone. As I said before, take breaks, eat well, drink water, stand up, stretch, and walk about regularly.
Welcome to Thursday sessions. Now today I want to speak about technology and mental health. So how do you keep kind of a sense of balance and well-being on the online world? I think the first thing we need to ensure is that, you and your family feel protected. I think, when you feel safe, you're much more likely to explore in a positive and productive way. So I would say the first thing is to make sure that all of your gadgets, have the right privacy settings, that you have discussions with your children about what to do if they come across content they feel uncomfortable with, so that their whole sort of exploration starts off right from the beginning in the safest way possible. I think the second thing that's really critical is kind of setting clear boundaries. Again, I think one of the problems with mental health and technology is about kind of being able to balance not just where we are, but how much we're doing, how we're doing it. And I think especially for younger kids, having a clear idea of what's appropriate is key. And this will vary from family to family, but those rules that are important to you, so whether it's no tech at the dinner table or no tech after a certain time, or using tech with sort of doors open, all of that stuff is important to kind of establish early on and reiterate. The third thing that I would say is to kind of think about an emotional 5 a day. How we kind of think about sort of eating 5 fruits and vegetables a day. I think for mental health, we need to do the same thing, and especially when it comes to technology. So, what are the 5 things that you're doing that are productive online? Are you connecting with friends? Are you learning something new? Are you kind of investing in something that you like, a skill? Are you kind of researching something? Are you being creative? Think about sort of what they and you are doing online. Think about it in terms of what it's benefiting. And, there's a real difference with spending a lot of time online, kind of, doing something positive, setting up a, I don't know, GoFundMe page and just sort of scrolling mindlessly. So this idea of time spent well is really, really key. And I think finally, but really importantly, there's something critical about ensuring that when you speak about the online world, this sort of distinction between, feelings that go on and offline is kind of really blurred for young people. So ensuring that, they feel that, they have an entitlement to kind of speak to you about hurt feelings or about confusion, on the online world, and come to you and kind of have the same reaction is really, really important. I hope this helps. Hi, it's Dr. Linda Papadopoulos.
It's really important that we think carefully about what we share online. Before you share something, ask yourself, is it appropriate? If you have any doubts, do not share it. If someone else shares something inappropriate, whether it's verbally, in the chat, or they share media such as video or internet links, remember to speak out. Let an adult know. Report using the school SHARP system.
What to do if you see something that upsets you online. We all love seeing pictures or videos that our friends post. They make us laugh, and it's nice to see what our friends are up to. But some photos, videos, or comments can upset you or make you feel worried. If this happens, there are things you can do to get them removed and make experiences online better for you and everyone else. Whether it's something that you've seen by accident, or perhaps it was sent to you by someone else, the first thing you can do is close the window and the browser and tell a parent or trusted adult. If you feel anxious, always remember that it's not your fault, and talking to someone will help. On social media, every user is supposed to stick to the rules. These are called community standards, and when we sign up to a social media account, we agree to follow them. If the photo, video, or comment breaks these community standards and needs to be reported, You can do this together with someone you trust by using the reporting tools on the app or website where you saw it. This will make sure the content is checked and removed as soon as possible. Most social platforms will have ways to do this. On Facebook, you can use the report link near the content itself to report things that break community guidelines.
You can report a concern using the school SHARP system. SHARP stands for School Help Advice Reporting Page. Reports are anonymous, and this can be done through the Harris Garrard website. You can share a concern about an experience you are going through or a concern about somebody else. If you have any worries, concerns or questions, simply send us a message. In order to use the SHARP system, visit the Academy website. Go to the Portal Links drop-down menu and select SHARP Help and Advice. This will take you to the SHARP reporting page. Once you get to this page, click the top button which states Make a Report. This will allow you to report a concern directly to a member of the safeguarding team. We check this inbox regularly, so we are able to respond to concerns as soon as possible. If you want to learn more about online safety, visit the National Online Safety website at www.nationalonlinesafety.com. There are lots of resources there for family members and for yourself. Other places you can report online or cyberbullying are the National Bullying Helpline, through CEOP, Make a Report button, or the Think You Know website. So what are the key things for you to remember? Be kind, be respectful, be really sensible, and keep yourself safe. Stop and think about what you are doing or sharing. Speak out and be supportive to others. Thank you for listening and stay safe, everybody.